Hi, Paul Hefty here. Just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about game preparation and team travel as you get going this week. Just some things I've picked up over 40 years of being involved with football, first as a high school player and college player, then 20 years as an offensive coordinator and head coach at Division III level, and now the last 10 years working with high school programs like yourselves through Penn State. First off, I want to tell you guys congratulations on a great start. Last week I was able to watch it on film, and just some outstanding play on all parts of the game. It had to be a lot of fun. Second thing, I hope you realize now what an outstanding coaching staff you have. Just to give you a little background, I had the good fortune of being able to coach both your defensive line coach, Joe Nauman, and then Dan McGuire, your head coach. And I can say this, Coach Nauman, out of my 4 years of being in the game, was the toughest, physically toughest player I've ever been around. And I think you guys know that as a coach. He had a charismatic personality that wants you to play at that same level. Coach McGuire then had that same toughness, but his strength was his mental toughness and his great discipline. And you can see that in your play. Coach McGuire, if you don't know, he played at a time at Aurora University when we were a top 20 team every year, playing against top 5 teams in the nation and upper level teams. And we were able to be successful, and he was able to be successful against greater talent through that discipline and that toughness, both physically and mentally. And then last, by working here this summer for 3 days with you guys and getting to be around the rest of the coaching staff, getting to know them, watching them, and learning from them, you could just see how tough they were themselves, how disciplined, great football minds, and then positive people that build people up and make you improve. So I hope you understand you're very fortunate. There's not a lot of high school programs that have that from top to bottom, and you do. The one thing I saw on the tape was that you have bought in and you're listening to them. Don't ever forget that. Just do, don't think, and you're going to have a great experience as you go through here. So a couple things I want to talk about, just kind of 3 areas. Your team travel as you get going, some principles that I've learned that I think are very effective we used as a college program, and then finishing. First off, when you're doing your team travel, one of the things we learned to do, I learned from guy Dan Marlowe, who was a defensive coordinator when I was a head coach. He had been at Oregon State, where he had gotten this, in Northern Illinois. You want to consider this a business trip, okay? Everything you're doing, you want to act and look like a professional. That means you need to be mature. You can still have fun, but you've got to be purposeful. It's not a field trip. It's not a holiday. It's not a vacation. It's like you're traveling to work and getting focused to go to work and get some of those things done and do it the right way. So grow up and understand the moment here a little bit. Number 2, be respectful. Learned that from my college coach, Bob Naslin. You have to understand that everyone's likes and needs to prepare for a game are different on your team. Be respectful of that and know those differences and allow that to happen. That's what makes football so great, is you have such a large number of people coming from different backgrounds, different personalities. We want to take the strengths of all of those instead of just saying it's got to be one way. So be respectful to your teammates. Number 2, be respectful to everyone you interact with. When you get up in the morning in your household, be respectful to your parents or brothers, sisters, whoever's there. Be respectful to your coaching staff right when you come. Be the support staff that are helping to get you set up to go. It's as simple as the bus driver, and then if there's any stops on the way, anybody you interact with. And then lastly, be respectful when you get to your opponent's facility and everyone you interact there. Number 3, be in the moment. This means just be focused on the game and what you're doing. It's easy to get distracted in this day and age with all the social media and things going on. But you need to find that balance of being focused, not too cool, but to be confident. And I can't overemphasize the importance of being positive. Negative thoughts, negative communication does no good. So an even keel, no highs and lows. Next one are some principles that I learned as a young coach, then used as a head coach, and then I still use today just in my personal life and as I teach coaching principles courses. Number 1, be the toughest team that day. You have to be physically demanding and tough, just like I talked about Joe Nauman bringing that. But then you've got to combine that with what Dan does, Dan McGuire, your head coach, having that tough mental mindset. You got to have both and focus on the moment. But again, you want to do this once you step off the bus. You've got to have each person's mindset completely focused here and on the task at hand. Be a professional again. It's a business trip. Number two, you must believe in everyone in the room and everyone in the organization that you're going to be successful that day. You've earned the right to do that. The one thing I saw at camp was you've taken on the personality of your head coach and your other coach, your assistant coaches. You're a blue-collar program, blue-collar team that works hard, prepares hard. Then that gives you a right to feel you can be successful. Again, you want to have a sense of cool confidence with a pinch of humility in that. All right? Be a professional. Number three, real simple. Just never give up. But I mean it in this way. There's going to be moments in the game where there's something out of your control, or maybe it's something you did, just something kind of has a chance to break your spirit or your hope. You can never let your opponent think that that will ever happen. Now you do this through the way you react. There can't be any panic. And in the words you say and the way you react there, but also in your body language. You've got to stay upbeat, stay positive. That's where that positive talk comes in, and it's very important. The second part of that, though, is there's going to be a moment when you can break your opponent's spirit and hope. You've got to sense and know when that is, then you've got to seize it, and you've got to crush that then. So again, you leaders in the room, when that moment comes, make sure everybody knows it's there. Don't wait for a coach to tell you, and go seize that moment. Be a professional. That's what pros do. Last, kind of your mindset. The emotion and cool you need to do, a combination here. The former head coach at Aurora that Coach McGuire and Coach Nauman played for and we worked with, and I got to work with, just a legend in the Chicagoland area. He always talked about football is about emotion. The one thing that can overcome talent is emotion. That's what makes football unique. You need to bring that all day, and then good things can happen. Not guaranteed they're going to happen, but they can if you bring emotion. I believe you need to combine that with a cool confidence, which is then real confidence. It's genuine. It's not that you're trying to fabricate it. If you have that, I believe nothing can be broken. Again, then you are being a professional. Number two, and I think this is totally the one that's forgotten, is don't forget to have fun. There's going to be, right from the moment you take the field in warm-ups to when you actually leave the field and celebrate, you want to make sure your opponent sees you having fun, no matter what happens. If things are going bad, things are going good, that's that even keel. You should be having fun because it's a game. And I tell you what, that'll break anyone's spirit or hope. If they think they've got you and you just keep having fun with the environment, that shows real confidence. That will break them. That's a professional. And then last, you got to finish. Play like a champion. Play with class. Play with that respect we talked about. But most importantly, enjoy the moment. It is a great game. Finish like a professional. Last thing I want to keep with you guys, send with you guys is I really believe that if you play with the same emotion, same effort, no matter the situation, then the scoreboard doesn't really matter. Now I used to say this, you should play with the same effort, the same urgency, the same intensity, regardless of the point of the game, the score of the game. So let's do this. Let's go work hard. Let's go have a lot of fun. Let's be positive. And then at the end of the day, let's go look at the scoreboard and see where it's at. I wish you guys a great day, weekend here with the ball game, and your travel and your preparation, but also for the season. Good luck. Thanks.